A few days ago, someone came into my live stream and they said that they knew me from my past and that they knew that I had said the N-word, and I froze. I sat there with my mouth open, not knowing what to say because I knew I could not lie. I don't know you. You don't know me. Won't leave me alone. This is 4 years now. If this is who I think this is 4 years now. Yeah, this is 4 years now. You guys need to leave me alone.
Hey, what's up you guys? Welcome back to my channel. Hope you guys are doing fantastic. I know I am. We're going to be talking about a situation that has gotten a lot of traffic on TikTok. This situation was actually sent to me on my Instagram by a very lovely user. I'm going to shout out their page here. So they sent this over to me saying that I should check it out, and lo and behold, who do I see? Who do I see? And the thing is, I have a feeling that quite a few people might not know who this individual is. A few of y'all might not know who this individual is. Well, let me tell you something. COY, who goes by Space Mamas on TikTok, is very popular. She's literally one of the TikTok it girls, right? She's very popular, specifically within the alternative scene. You know, she's very popular with people like me who resonate with that type of style. So I knew exactly who she was the second that this was sent out to me. And the only reason why I haven't made a video about this sooner is because more information has been coming out.
When COY came to my school, she was in my art class.
Because the thing about COY is that she actively has spoken out against racist people or sexist people she's actively spoken out against bigotry. A large portion of her social media platform is anchored towards speaking out against these type of things, or is anchored towards protecting marginalized groups. She's done it before in the past. She's spoken out against, you know, people who need to be spoken out against in the past. So when I'm seeing videos like this of the entire internet tearing her to shreds, of her being incredibly racist herself, not only was I surprised, but the amount of information that's coming out of her right now about different people that used to go to school with her, people who have screenshotted or screen recorded previous lives saying that her apology video is fake. And that's not even going into the fact that she had to make a second apology video because her first apology video wasn't cutting it. Guys, I just don't understand at this rate. Like, do you understand? I don't at this point, I don't really get it, because if you've stuck around enough, some of you might know that I used to have a YouTube channel back in the past where I would literally talk about people like this. How many times is this gonna happen? That's all I'm gonna say. How many times is this gonna happen? A big influencer with all these platforms, all this influence, they pride themselves of being pro-black, protecting black people, being anti-racist, actively acting anti-racist and standing up against racism. We've seen people like this, like Murad Morali. We've seen examples of these influencers claim to be for the cause, but then all it takes is literally one screenshot to blow out their entire platform. One screenshot, one old message, one old friend to come out about your past, and that's all it takes to discredit everything you have said. Because for me, it's about transparency. I don't understand how you can claim to be for the cause, how you could claim to be for pro-black people, for pro-LGBT, pro whatever it may have you. I don't understand how you can claim to be for that, but you have a racist, misogynistic, XOXOXO past that you haven't addressed or taken accountability for. That is confusing to me, and it's very contradictory. It's very contradictory, but we're gonna get into it. Space Mama, aka COY, has been battling out on the internet. People have been coming forward about her racist past. People have been claiming that she's been using the N-word in the past. A couple years ago, I think it's about like 4-ish years ago, that she was saying the N-word. You know, she was calling black people all types of things. In fact, I'm just gonna show you guys a video.
Hey guys, we need to have a conversation. Sit down, let's talk. I'm going to preface this video by saying that this is not going to be a fun or easy video to watch, and that by watching this video that some of you may feel differently about me, and very justifiably and understandably so. I also want to say that I come on here with an immense amount of shame and regret. However, I feel that you deserve to know and have access to this information. I'm just gonna be really frank and rip off the band-aid and say that I said the N-word when I was 14 and 15 years old. I never called another person the N-word. I've never used the hard R. I was not a frequent user of the word, and I have never and will never feel hatred towards a specific group of people. I used the N-word like a really naughty curse word that I knew I wasn't allowed to use. And to be frank, I think it was partially white entitlement. It was a word that I knew I wasn't allowed to use, and a word that I knew that wasn't for me, but I wanted it to be for me, hence my usage of it, which I am appalled of. I already knew what I was doing was wrong. However, I came to the realization on just how severe of an action I was making and how much hurt and harm I was going to really be causing. I am so incredibly disgusted and appalled to this day with my actions. This was in freshman year of high school, and I was surrounded at the time with people who were extremely tolerant of this type of behavior. However, this is anything but excusable. I had my own decisions at that age to make on whether or not I was going to use that word, and unfortunately and so disappointingly, I chose to still say it. And for that, I am so incredibly sorry and regretful for. I can't say anything now that can take away the words that I said then. What's done has been done. I have caused my damage. However, the only thing I can say is that I have done an immense amount of works to keep my white entitlement in check and to understand more of what white entitlement is in the first place. And I'm so sorry for letting down a community and disappointing a community that I am so incredibly proud of and grateful for. I also want to take a moment to specifically apologize to my community and very specifically to the Black community that is within my own followership, and to the Black community in general. I've let you down, I've disappointed you, and I have possibly made you no longer feel safe with me, and that was something that I never wanted you to feel. A few days ago, someone came into my live stream, and they said that they knew me from my past and that they knew that I had said the N-word, and I froze. I sat there with my mouth open, not knowing what to say, because I knew I could not lie. And as I sat there, I watched not only my followership, who has been there for me since day one, but my very own moderator team, who I enjoy and love talking to on a day-to-day basis. I sat there and watched people who have been there for me since day one, who have created everything I have today, who have had my back since the very beginning of me getting on the internet. I sat them and watched them defend me on something that I knew that I didn't deserve defending on. I also want to take this to start to end off the video to say that I do plan on taking about a week or two break from my platforms to allow people to intake this information and decide on how they want to feel about me and if they want to continue to support my platform. I also want you to know that I'm not going to be releasing posters until I come back. I want people to have an opportunity, like I said before, to decide on whether or not they want to continue to support me, my art, and the future of MySpaceMama. Take my decision, my horrible decision I make, as a warning and as an example.
So this video, this apology video, which felt like 10 minutes long, goes into many different points, which, spoiler alert, a lot of them end up being a lie or false. She goes on to say how she would use it because she was white and entitled, and she's thought it as a naughty word or a dirty word that she just wanted to be able to use around freely. Nobody asked. Nobody asked. Because I mean, no duh you're white and entitled. No duh you have the privilege to be able to use a racial slur and somehow not get reprimanded for it at the time. But of course you were able to use it and not feel anything from it. Of course. The thing that I feel like is one of the most important elements is to know how many times or how frequent of a user you were of using this word. Did you just use this word once in a song, or were you actively using it multiple times? It was a part of your vocabulary at this point. You know, what degree was it at? And the degree that she was claiming for it to be at was that it was not a frequent, she was not a frequent user, she just used it, you know, a couple times to fit in, whatever may have you. That was a lie. That was a lie. Why would you lie about something that someone could easily prove you wrong? Why would you lie? Why would you lie? Granted, right, a few fake screenshots have arose from this that have been posted on Twitter. You know, fair enough. I'm not gonna sit here and claim false proof. Some false things have been generated. However, why would you sit here and lie that you were not a frequent user? Because screenshots of private messages between COY and other people in her school or whoever it may have you, some of which were black, screenshots of her have been leaked, private screenshots of her frequently using the N-word. And now you've had to come up and apologize on TikTok twice because you couldn't be honest the first time. It always rubs me the wrong way with things like this because I'm thinking, are you really apologizing because you're upset, you feel bad about your actions, or are you apologizing because you got caught? Because another point in the apology she made was the fact that she brought up a live, right? Now, a live video on TikTok of her has been circulating of her being confronted, of her first being confronted of her using the N-word, and she denies it. And she denies it.
No. I'm so confused. Who is this? People are in a parasocial relationship with me, but I don't know you. You don't know me. No, I can't tell. I just can't tell if it's two different accounts because I can't tell what they're talking about. No, I don't know who that is. I don't recognize the usernames now. You said you went to my old school. Which school? Because I don't think I've ever necessarily bullied someone. I didn't say stalking. What's the right word? Stalking isn't the right word. I said harassment. I can't tell. I just can't tell if it's two different accounts because I can't tell what they're talking about. No, I don't know who that is. I don't recognize the usernames now. Who is this? It's multiple. Won't leave me alone. This is 4 years now. If this is who I think this is 4 years now. Yeah, this is 4 years now. You guys need to leave me alone.
You claimed that during the live you just sat there and you were appalled, you didn't know what to say or whatever the heck may have you. But when we actually go into the real live video, when we actually look at the live video of her, what does she do? She denies it. She not only denies it, but she allows other people to defend her. So then were you really sitting there appalled? Were you really sitting there in shock, didn't know what to say, just couldn't believe what had happened? But no, what happened is that you allowed your fans to harass and attack the person who was trying to come up with the truth on your live. I can literally show the clip. If she hadn't done that, like if she hadn't posted it live and made that whole theatrics on live and just came out with this apology, I guarantee you the majority of people would probably be quiet. Most definitely. It's the fact that you had the gall, the utmost gall, to sit up and lie, thinking that you would not get caught, thinking that you were just too up there for your actions to actually catch up with you one day. That is scary. And you know, I don't think I'm a bad guy necessarily to be thinking that because of that live, because now I've watched that live, a lot of the things you've said lose validity. Like I said, are you really apologetic? Or is it because the person that was on live with you has actively aired out your dirty laundry and now you can't escape it, and so now this is what you feel like you have to do? But I guess that's why you released the second apology now, isn't that? I also don't understand as to why in the first apology she felt the need to reference that she will not be dropping posters. I mean, no duh. I feel like that's just a really weird place to put that. Like, I don't know why in this video, in an apology video of you saying the N-word, of using a racial slur, why you think it's appropriate to mention your poster business. Weird. It's just weird. Guys, I'm gonna show you this apology now. I just
want to be clear, this is not me returning whatsoever yet, but I'm here to answer commonplace questions as well as some misinformation. We're going to be talking about two different things, a set of things that is true and a set of things that is just not true. First, we're going to be talking about screenshots that have been shown from an iMessage group chat. I'm sure many of you have seen them. In these screenshots from this iMessage group chat, you can see me casually using the N-word with my white friends. These screenshots are true. I am extremely sorry that this is how I used to behave, and I am extremely sorry that you have to see it. In my last video, I talked about how I was not a frequent user of the N-word. However, as I'm sure after you have seen it, and after I saw myself in those screenshots, I myself feel with the way that I use the word so casually, it could absolutely be categorized as frequent.
I'm all for people growing and learning from their mistakes from the past. I'm all for that. trust me, I'm all for that. She had released the first apology and she hadn't have lied on the live. She didn't do all of these theatrics. I guarantee people would be a lot more forgiving than what they are now. Because once you break that trust, especially as a big content creator, these are just the things that you have to think about when you're a big content creator. When you're a big content creator and you break that trust, especially with something as big as being a racist or having a racist past, it's gonna take time to regain that trust again. And especially from the fact that you lied about it to begin with. Do I think that COY necessarily is a bad person? I don't know. I don't know her. I don't know her like that clearly. Meanwhile, there are people that have gone to our old school claiming that she's done way worse. It's just a sticky situation. If anything, if you're not black, this is a reminder that black people are allowed to be feeling upset. Because there's a common denominator of people. I don't know why it's so common with these situations where people feel like they should attack black people for feeling offended when someone has a violently racist past. But yeah, you guys let me know what you think in the comments. Thank you again to this user for letting me know of the situation. But yes, thanks for watching, guys. If you did like this video, please like, comment and subscribe. Make sure to head over to my TikTok, which is where I found the most of this information, and of course my Instagram, because that's where you guys can send me new things that you want me to react to and talk about. And of course, guys, you're already here, so you might as well subscribe. Thanks for watching, guys, and I shall see you in the next one.